All right. Good evening to everybody. Very good evening. We'll be doing a significant grammar topic today, so please sit with a pen and a paper, finish your notes in the session. If you have any doubts, address it then and there instead of waiting till the end. And we'll finish articles today. Okay. Good evening. How is everybody? I mean, you have a significant amount of time till your exams, but I do not want you to pile up the syllabus till the end of the date. Grammar is a significant topic which is asked for a good number of marks in the MCA and the NIMCET exam. So let us aim for all the marks. Why? Because grammar usually does not take a lot of time to attempt, and if you know the rules well, the accuracy is almost always guaranteed. So grammar is something that you can definitely rely on for a good marks. There are other certain sections that you could probably be not very good at. If RCs, you might not have enough time for RCs. Maybe verbal ability, you're very confused between 2 or 3 options and you couldn't eliminate on time. That is completely fine. In grammar, you will not have that problem if you just know your rules well. The level of questions that MHCET and MHCET exams ask for grammar are usually very easy. They're very approachable, but they will ask you on all the significant rules and exceptions. So make sure you learn those. Okay, today we are focusing on articles. In the last class, we had done parts of speech. So articles is actually one of the parts of speech that we did, yes, in the last class. Okay, articles. And I want you to guess them. I want you to guess what parts of speech they are. But articles are usually 3. Okay, there's a, there's an, and there's the. Please excuse my beautiful handwriting, but I hope it's legible. A, an, and the are 3 articles. Now, usually, this is how they're used in a sentence. Okay, this is a bus. This is a bus. This is a pencil. This is the house. Okay, so usually they are placed before a noun. Okay, and they tell you more about the noun. So, what parts of speech are the ones that tell you more about the nouns? If you recall all 8 of them, there's only one part of speech that tells you more about a noun. For example, a t-shirt is a noun, but soft t-shirt, black t-shirt, long t-shirt, short t-shirt, all of these words are called adjectives. Therefore, articles are nothing but adjectives. Now, let us try to understand the difference between a and the. बहुत फर्क है इनमें, especially a or an में भी and a and or the में भी. अ और एन हमने स्कूल में भी किया है, राइट? अ बनाना बट एन एप्पल, तो कहाँ लगता है अ लगता है सारे के सारे कॉन्सोनेंट के आगे, बट कॉन्सोनेंट इज हाफ डेफिनेशन. अ लगता है कॉन्सोनेंट साउंड्स के आगे. ओके, दिस इज लिटरली हाफ ऑफ द चैप्टर. और एन लगता है वावल साउंड्स के आगे. ओके, ए ई आई ओ यू, these are your vowels, 5 vowels and 21 consonants. ओके, फर्क क्या होता है वावल और कॉन्सोनेंट में? बहुत ही छोटा सा फर्क है. वावल आर दोज वर्ड्स जो डायरेक्टली फ्लो करते हैं माउथ से विदाउट द ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन ऑफ द टंग, whereas consonants, if you say a consonant like b, s, ch, d, your tongue is going to touch any part of your mouth. So that is why there are two different categories. Now, whenever you want separating the two, always focus on the sounds and never the just the words. For example, look at this one: MBA degree, MBA, MCA degree, MLA. Okay, all of these words have a sound first, a, which is a or e sound. Okay, a sound, which is actually a vowel sound. So although this is a consonant alphabet, the sound is a vowel sound. So as per the definition, I must focus on sounds. So it should be an MBA degree, an MCA degree, an MLA, an apple, an arago. See, ah, b is not a vowel, hence I will use a US. Although this is a vowel word or a vowel alphabet, look at the sound of it. It's a y sound, y sound, sounds like you, which is y. Hence, I will have to stick with a. I can't go for an. Okay, so this is actually this is the half of the chapter. Focus on sound, not the alphabet. Okay, this is the distinction between a and an. Now, let's try to understand the difference between a and the. काफी डिफरेंट होते हैं ये दोनों आपस में. Now, imagine I have 2 pens in my hand. Okay, the sentence goes, this is a pen and this is the pen that my mother gifted me. There are 2 different pens. This is a pen means ये कोई भी pen है in general, but this is the pen that my mother gifted me. ये कोई साधारण पेन नहीं है. This is the specific one जो मुझे मम्मी ने last year birthday पे gift किया था. So the difference between the two is of specificity. ठीक है, अ और एन किसी भी चीजों को in general consider करता है, but the specific को. For example, I want to go to a Christmas party. कोई भी Christmas party चलेगा, मुझे बस party करना है Christmas पे. But I want to go to the Christmas party in your building. कोई भी पार्टी नहीं चलेगी, सिर्फ वही वाली जो तुम्हारे बिल्डिंग में होने वाली है, इसलिए उधर द आएगा. So that is the difference between a and the. A and an are called indefinite articles and the is called a definite article. It's a synonym for specific. Just this one slide covers half of the articles chapter. Okay, so a or an, हम कभी भी a bananas और an apples, an oranges कभी नहीं बोलते, क्योंकि a और an का मतलब ही होता है one. तो अ और एन हमेशा सिंगुलर और काउंटेबल नाउन के साथ लगते हैं. अ हेयर, अ राइस नहीं. ओके, इट्स ऑलवेज अ चेयर, अ टेबल. सो फॉर indefinite articles, stick to singular and countable nouns. Okay, for example, these are the 2 sentences. Okay, can you guess the right article for these sentences? First is dash apples are a good source of vitamin B. What is a most suitable article in this sentence here? Okay, now first we'll focus on the sound. Apples. It's definitely a vowel sound. So I probably have to stick to an. But I can't use an because this is plural. Similarly, in the next one, I like to read dash funny comic books. Okay, although books is a consonant, just like this was a vowel, this is a consonant, but they are all in plurality, so I can't use or and. क्या मैं द यूज कर सकती हूँ? अगर मैं स्पेसिफिक एप्पल्स की बात कर रही होती, फॉर एग्जाम्पल द कश्मीर एप्पल्स आर अ गुड सोर्स ऑफ विटामिन डी, देन द इज जस्टिफाइड क्योंकि स्पेसिफिक एप्पल्स की बात हो रही है. बट इधर सिर्फ एप्पल्स की बात हो रही है, इसीलिए द का काम नहीं है और अ और एन का भी काम नहीं है. फॉर दिस रीजन you will not put any article. So the first and foremost, the most basic rule is you do not use a or an before plural nouns, before plural and general nouns. Now, you must be asking yourself, why did you focus on books and why not funny? I mean, f is also a consonant. इधर क्यों मार्क किया, ये क्यों नहीं? मैंने स्टार्टिंग में बताया, आर्टिकल्स एडजेक्टिव्स होते हैं जो नाउन्स के आगे लगते हैं. फनी और कॉमिक दोनों ही नाउन नहीं है, दोनों ही एडजेक्टिव हैं. ठीक है, ये दोनों क्वालिटीज हैं बुक्स की. बुक्स नाउन है, अ एंड द भी एडजेक्टिव है जो तीसरा एडजेक्टिव होता. तो ये दोनों सब इस पे डिपेंड करते हैं, इसलिए अ एंड द भी सब इसी पे डिपेंड करेगा, ना कि इस पे या फिर इस पे. ओके, सो दे आर ओनली जस्ट अनदर एडजेक्टिव, सो डोंट फोकस ऑन एडजेक्टिव्स. एडजेक्टिव को कभी मॉडिफाई नहीं करते. प्लीज रीवॉच द चैप्टर. एडवर्ब्स एडजेक्टिव्स को मॉडिफाई करते हैं, पर अ एंड द एडवर्ब्स नहीं है, इसलिए फोकस यहाँ है, यहाँ नहीं. You might get a question like this that could confuse you, where an adjective could be a consonant sound and a vowel could be a, and the noun could be a vowel sound. So always focus on noun. ठीक है, to choose the right article, focus on noun, nothing else. This was the first rule. Now let's move on to the second one. Now majority of the rules will be for the. इसी के ज्यादा से ज्यादा रूल्स होते हैं. इट्स द सेम डायलॉग ऑफ श्रीदेवी. व्हाई द यूएसए, व्हाई नॉट द इंडिया? Today you'll get the answer of why the USA and why not the India. Now this is the first sentence. Dash Jane Austen offered insightful social commentary through her beloved novels. Now, if you are aware of even a very tiny amount of literature, you would know Jane Austen is actually a very famous. Let me just even get rid of this. Let me write a name like this. Chetan Bhagat. Right? Chetan Bhagat offered insightful social commentary through his beloved novels. तो क्या मुझे कोई आर्टिकल लगाना चाहिए? अगर मैं आर्टिकल नहीं लगाती हूँ तो इधर कोई भी चेतन भगत की बात हो रही है. आई एम गिविंग इट अ वेरी जनरल स्टेटस, बट स्टार्टिंग में ही किया. द गिव्स यू द स्पेसिफिक स्टेटस. इधर मैं कोई भी चेतन भगत की बात नहीं कर रही हूँ. देयर आर मेनी चेतन भगत्स all over the world. Okay, millions of Chetan Bhagats, but I'm just talking about that specific one, the one who's a writer in India, the one who gave the script for, who inspired the script of Three Idiots. तो वो specific status देने के लिए मुझे द लगाना पड़ेगा. So the second rule is we use the also before names of people which are actually common among many of the same name, having a particular characteristic. Okay, somebody who has a specific history, the Stalin, the Hitler. Okay, बहुत Hitlers हैं, but if I'm talking about that specific one, then I have to use the in front of them. So this is the second rule. Okay, now let's proceed to the next rule. Okay, dash healthy should care for the sick. Dash Vietnamese are known for their coffee. Now, if I put a here, the sentence reads as a healthy should care for the sick. यानी एक healthy को sick को बचाना चाहिए. Next में बोला है एक Vietnamese is known for their coffee. Is that true? All Vietnamese, the entire nation is known for its coffee, not just one random individual or a one random cafe. अगर इधर a Vietnamese cafe होता तो समझता, but this sentence is clearly in plural right now, so a or an cannot be used. तो बचा the या फिर no article. Now a better choice is the. Why? Because the rule goes we use the also before adjectives used to denote an entire group of people. ठीक है, इधर सिर्फ एक वियतनामीज की नहीं मल्टीपल वियतनामीज की बात हो रही है. इधर सिर्फ एक हेल्दी की नहीं मल्टीपल हेल्दी लोगों की बात हो रही है. वियतनामीज, जापानीज आर नोन फॉर देयर वर्क कल्चर एथिक. अ जापानीज, सिर्फ जापानीज, the Japanese. Okay, so when singular adjectives are denoting an entire group of people, then you have to put the for maintaining its plurality. This is the third rule. Let's proceed. Now, this is very similar to the previous rule. The previous rule was the before adjectives used to denote entire group of people. Similarly, the next rule is when one singular noun is used to denote an entire group of nouns. For example, mango is the sweetest of all fruits. A mango, मैं सिर्फ एक मैंगो की बात नहीं कर रही हूँ, सारे के सारे मैंगोज होते हैं, सारे के सारे लायंस जंगल का शेर होते हैं. तो same rule, we use the before singular nouns when they represent an entire group and category of people. So please be careful to check if this is used as individual noun or it is used to denote an entire category. जल्दी जल्दी में ये छोटी छोटी nuances नहीं दिखती हैं and we go ahead and choose the wrong option. For example, a lion is the king of jungle sounds right but is technically wrong. So grammar में focus is always on the rules. Learn the rules well, look at the words well. Now let's move on to the next one. Dash man is the only rational animal. I'm not talking about any one particular man from one particular city or state. I'm talking about all of the animals. May say man, who is also an animal, mankind, the entire people, is the only rational animal. So here again, a singular noun is used to denote an entire group and category. So technically, इसके साथ भी लगना चाहिए the. But no, it's not grammar if you don't have exceptions. This is a case of exception. इस रूल में ये केस एक्सेप्शन है, मैन के आगे नहीं लगता है. तो जब मैन is being used to denote an entire group, for example, man is the only spiritual animal, तो सिर्फ man आएगा. Man is the only social animal. The man नहीं आ सकता. So more obviously learn the rules but also learn the exceptions. Okay, moving on. I am learning to play guitar. A guitar, the guitar, or just guitar? Well, technically, you would say I'm learning to play a guitar, right? Wrong. I'm learning to play a guitar is although technically right, but it's a little too specific of a rule. Guitar is not just any object here. Okay. For example, if I replace it with any other objects, a pen or a laptop, you can't learn to play these things. So therefore, here these are a guitar is not just a mere object. It's an instrument. It's a type of instrument. So out of all the objects, ये एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट है. तो इसे अपना स्टेटस देना चाहिए क्योंकि आप सिर्फ एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट को प्ले करना सीख सकते हैं. So we use the before names of musical instruments, especially when in context of learning, playing and practicing. सिर्फ इन्हीं कॉन्टेक्स्ट में हम द यूज करते हैं. अगर इधर लिखा होता आई एम प्लानिंग टू सेकेंड if it was I am planning to sell or I'm planning to buy, तो क्या आता? तो सिर्फ अ आता क्योंकि उधर एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट मियर ऑब्जेक्ट की तरह यूज हुआ है, उसमें कोई स्पेशल स्टेटस नहीं है, इसलिए उधर सिर्फ अ आता. आई एम प्लानिंग टू बाय अ गिटार. सिर्फ इन्हीं कॉन्टेक्स्ट में आप द लगाते हैं. So please be very careful. Okay, this was the 6th rule if I'm not wrong. I am wrong. This is the 5th rule. I have many more rules. Okay, let's proceed. He is dash Sachin of our college cricket team. The new principal is dash Hitler of our school. Almost relating to the previous rule, Sachin could be anybody. But here I'm talking about wahi wala, specific wala Sachin. Right? Hitler could be anybody, but I'm talking about specific Hitler. इसलिए वो स्पेशल स्टेटस देने के लिए मुझे द लगाना पड़ेगा. So right now I am making comparison. I'm comparing him to Sachin without using as and like. So these are called metaphors. और जब हम metaphors यूज करते हैं तो द लगता ही है क्योंकि इधर स्पेसिफिक लोगों का बात हो रहा है. Okay, this was the 6th rule. Next, I visited dash Taj Mahal, dash Gateway of India is a monument, and dash White House is located in America. क्या लगना चाहिए? अ और एन तो लग नहीं सकता. Now either it's the or no article. Now Taj Mahal is actually one of the 7 wonders of the world. तो सारे के सारे 7 wonders of the world के आगे द लगता ही है. याद रखना. For this you need to know all the 7 of the wonders of the world. So please revise those. Next, monument. सारे monuments के आगे नहीं. ठीक है. For example, dash India Gate. The India Gate is located in Delhi. India Gate is located in Delhi. ठीक है. But इधर the Gateway of India. तो ऐसे monuments जिनके नाम में off है, सिर्फ उन्हीं के आगे द लगता है. And last, White House is located in America. अगर मैं इधर कुछ नहीं लगाती हूँ तो मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ? एक सफेद घर अमेरिका में लोकेटेड है. I'm not talking about any random White House. I'm talking about the specific one जहां भी ट्रम्प बैठा हुआ है. Right? तो स्पेसिफिक स्टेटस देने के लिए भी द लगता है. So this is a building with a common descriptor. So we use the before all the wonders of the world, before monuments with an off in their name, and before buildings with common descriptors but having special importance. Okay, this was the seventh rule. Okay, using the same logic, Buckingham Palace के लिए क्या लगाना चाहिए? Dash Buckingham Palace is where the Queen lives. Now, Buckingham Palace could be any palace located in Buckingham. So technically, it's a building with a common descriptor. So as per the previous rule, इसके आगे the लगना चाहिए. But this is a case of exception. इस रूल में ये वाला एक्सेप्शन है. बकिंगहम पैलेस के आगे कुछ भी नहीं लगता है. Okay, it is just Buckingham Palace. Okay, more than the rules, please note the exceptions. All right, let's proceed. Virat Kohli is dash greatest batsman of the all time. Your suggestion has perhaps the dash most value to us. Okay, now if you can recall your adjectives, greatest and most are both superlative degree. ठीक है, सुपरलेटिव डिग्री यानी सुपर्ब, यानी दो से ज्यादा का कंपैरिजन होता है तो हम सुपरलेटिव डिग्री यूज करते हैं. अगर दो लोगों में से एक ज्यादा स्मार्ट है तो वन इज स्मार्टर देन द अदर. अगर तीन में से सिर्फ एक ही स्मार्ट है तो हम बोलेंगे ही इज द स्मार्टेस्ट ऑफ द थ्री. तो EST डिनोट्स सुपरलेटिव एंड सुपरलेटिव का मतलब सुपर यानी एक ही, तो इसीलिए द, सो वी यूज द बिफोर द सुपरलेटिव डिग्री क्योंकि ये सुपर्ब है, इन इकलौते हैं. Okay, I'm numbering the rules so we know by the end how many rules we've covered. This is the 8th rule. Let's move on. Okay, dash harder you work, dash lesser you suffer. Now here we are making comparisons or correlations and they are in comparative. So we use the also before correlations, comparisons in the comparative degree. As per the common rule of parallelism, अगर इधर the है तो technically इधर भी the आना चाहिए. So as per both of articles and parallelism, if there are correlations, they should look the same. Okay, let's proceed. Dash Ganga is originated in dash Himalayas. On my recent trip, I visited dash Philippines. Dash Lakshadweep Islands is the cleanest beaches I have ever seen. This will answer the question of why the USA. For example, but Ganga is a river, तो सारे की सारी रिवर्स के आगे द लगता ही है. यमुना, नर्मदा, कावेरी, it's all the Kaveri, the Narmada. Himalayas, this is not a mountain but a mountain range. Okay, so Mount Alps, उसके आगे भी द लगता है, तो सारे ranges के आगे द लगता ही है. Countries that are plural, उनके आगे लगता है, and group of islands के आगे भी. So this is the 10th rule. River, seas, oceans, mountain ranges, passes, groups of islands, and some countries. Now, what are those some countries? Note these down. Countries with United and Republic in their name. इसलिए the United States of America, the UK, the UAE, the USSR, the Republic of China. Okay, plural, countries that are plural, that have an S at the end, that are plural. For example, the Maldives, the Philippines, the Netherlands. Okay, so these are the countries जिनके आगे the लगता है. And obviously there are a group of islands as well. Okay, for example, the Andaman. All right, let's proceed. Dash Mount Everest, dash Lake Ontario, dash India. Okay, now इनके आगे नहीं लगता है. Dash Maharashtra, dash Mumbai. We do not use any article before lakes, single peaks, states. I'm from the Maharashtra, I'm from the West Bengal, I'm from West Bengal. Cities, towns and most other countries. तो उनको छोड़ के बाकी सारी countries के आगे the नहीं लगता है. So if it's not a group of island, if it does not have United and Republic in its name, if it's not plural in nature, तो the का जरूरत नहीं है. Okay, I lost my count. This is the 11th rule. Let's proceed. Dash failure depends on one's attitude. Dash glass crockery is very expensive. Dash sandy beaches are my favorite. Sandy beaches तो हो नहीं सकता क्योंकि plural है. तो the sandy beaches हो सकता है. But नहीं होगा. The glass crockery नहीं होगा. The failure नहीं होगा. A failure भी नहीं होगा. ऐसी चीजें जो गिनी नहीं जा सकती उनके आगे कोई आर्टिकल का जरूरत नहीं है. और material adjectives. These words are material adjectives. Okay, glass crockery, concrete ceiling, sandy beaches. Okay, when they tell you what the material it is, the noun is made up of, those are called material adjectives. Wooden chair, wooden table, steel plate. So उनके आगे कोई जरूरत नहीं है आर्टिकल का. This is the 12th rule. If you have any doubts before or after or midway, you can just put it in the chat. Let's proceed. I have the cancer, I have the diabetes, I have the influenza. Wrong. I have cancer, I have diabetes. So before names of diseases, you don't use an article. But you can definitely say, I have a headache, I have an infection. क्योंकि ये diseases नहीं है, ये symptoms हैं. तो ailments या symptoms के आगे articles और an article लग सकता है, but diseases के आगे कुछ भी नहीं लगेगा. This is the 13th rule. Okay, next let's move on. I can speak the Hindi, I can speak the English, I can speak the Gujarati. Absolutely not. No articles before languages and even subjects. The political science is my favorite subject. Political science is my favorite subject. So, no article before languages or subjects. Last, Jess goes to dash church every Sunday for mass. Jess goes to a church for every Sunday for mass. Jess goes to the church every Sunday for mass, या सिर्फ just goes to church every Sunday for mass. This is a complicated rule. You have although used it in your daily life. You always say, I go to school every day. I go to the school every day. She has left for the work. She has left for work. She is recovering in a hospital. She is recovering in hospital. Sirf hospital. If you've been saying she's recovering in a hospital, then that's actually technically wrong English. Why? What is the rule? The rule says if the place is being referred to for its defined purpose, तो उधर आर्टिकल का कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है. हर रोज हम स्कूल ही जाते हैं. हर संडे मास एक चर्च में ही होता है, तो आर्टिकल का कोई भी जरूरत नहीं है उधर. Okay, they were sentenced for 10 years in prison, ना कि in the prison, because you are sentenced in prison only. So therefore there you don't really need an article. Okay, this was the last rule for articles. We have done more than relevant rules for the exam. Now let's practice. Okay, let's take a couple of minutes, maybe 3 minutes. I think that's going to be more than enough. 3 minutes to solve the exercise. You have to insert a and the or an x according to the context and the noun. Since the king had no son, dash to the throne was still to be found. Will you have dash can of coke? Have you ever used dash 100 rupee note? Rita has dash pet dog. I need to look for dash good gym trainer to help me get fit. She talks in the same way as dash aunt of mine. Okay, you can put the answers in the chat as well. I'm keeping my eye on it. One last minute. Okay. Oh, and we still have a couple of seconds. All right, yeah. Now let's discuss the answers. Since the king had no son, dash to the throne. Now I'm deliberately skipping this word. The answer depends on the pronunciation of this word. If you know the pronunciation and if you get it right, you can get the right article. This word is pronounced as air. Okay, the H is silent. It's not hair, it's air. So the king is looking for a replacement, right? कोई specific कुछ नहीं है. सिर्फ एक रिप्लेसमेंट ढूंढ रहा है, तो यूज होगा इधर एक इनडेफिनेट आर्टिकल और उसमें से यूज होगा an because of the word sound air, the a vowel sound. Next, will you have dash can of coke? कोई स्पेसिफिक कैन ऑफ कोक नहीं है, सिर्फ मामूली सा है और आवाज क्या है क. So I will use article a. Will you have a can of coke? Have you ever used dash 100 rupee note? Now very misleading है तो ये vowel, but sound क्या है इसका v, which is a v sound. This is not a vowel sound, so इधर लगेगा a. Next, Rita has p sound, so a pet dog. I need to look for a gym trainer or a good gym trainer. Next, she talks in the same way as an aunt of mine because of the a sound. Okay, if this was your answer, good job. Let's move on to the next set of questions. Okay, again, I'll give you 3 minutes. Use the chat. I do have my eye on the chat. Last 2 minutes. Last 1 minute. Okay, let's discuss. First, dash shoes I want is not available on any website. Now, do I need a definite or an indefinite article here? I am talking about shoes, but I'm talking about a specific set of shoes. Not just any shoes, but specific shoes. तो इधर definite article लगेगा. इसलिए the shoes, that specific ones, the shoes I want, is not available on any website. Next, I am planning to attend. If I just hide this part, it should be I am planning to attend a holy bash, a holy party. Koi bhi, it's just a party. But if it's a specific one, then I have to use the. Why? Because it's the specific one in your building. Next, have you ever used, or it's very similar to the last one. We had done it. My best friend arrived dash hour late. The sound is ah. So it will be an hour late. Dash honest student will always go far in life. कोई स्पेसिफिक नहीं है, बस इन जनरल बात कही गई है कि कोई भी एक ऑनेस्ट स्टूडेंट विल गो फार इन लाइफ. सो आई हैव टू यूज an indefinite article, but the sound is oh. Okay, it's a vowel sound. So an honest. Let us go to dash mall close to your house. Again, if I hide this, it should be let us go to a mall. But it's a specific one, सिर्फ तुम्हारे घर के पास वाला ही. So to maintain that specificity, I have to use the. Let us go to the mall close to your house. Specific wala. Okay, this is, oh, wonderful. We skipped one. It's fine. Let us do it together. I saw dash black car parked outside your house. Now, it's not a specific one. बस मुझे तुम्हारे घर के बाहर एक काली गाड़ी दिखी. तो I saw a black car parked outside your house. Indefinite and consonant. That's it. This was articles, 15 rules with good enough practice. Okay, now please solve a couple of more questions. Learn the rules, learn the exceptions. When solving the questions, be very wary of every single word. Okay, check, am I giving an article for an adjective, or am I giving it for the noun? Focus on nouns, not the adjectives. Okay, beyond this, if you have any doubts, please comment. I will reply them in the comments. Okay, and stay tuned for more grammar lectures. And yep, that's it. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for participating. That's it. I hope you're now comfortable with the chapter articles. All right, good luck and have a good evening.